Today, the very first parable that we're going to mention is 5:17 of Matthew. As Jesus do not assume I have come to abolish the law. I have not come to abolish the law or the prophets. Well, I have come to fulfill, the law. Matthew 5:17 tells us, do not assume I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I didn't write the prophets in there, or the prophets, but I've come to fulfill the law. Jesus came to fulfill the law. So with that, remember, the law is the 5 books of Moses. The law is what I'm going to be going over here. So in Genesis 1:1, you have in the beginning. Okay, I'm going to go break this down for you. Okay, the beginning equals time. Okay, and what do we have? We have 60 in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, and 24 hours in a day. Okay, 2 plus 4 equals 6. So here you have 666. So being born into this system, we live in a 666 system. Okay, now in the New Testament, says 1:1, says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word, Christians love this parable, was with God, and the Word was God. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. Okay? In the beginning, here you have time. God created the heavens. This is space. And the earth is the electrification of centropy, which equals the electrification of the material world. In the beginning up here, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. When you add the sum of the word, it comes to 60. Naturally, 60 equals 6. The word said 3 times equals 666 in the parable. Okay? We have electrons, protons, and neutrons, which is 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons equals an atom. Okay? Which equals images. Because everything that's made up on this plane of existence is made up in an image. This is why it says, we're going to get to it too. We're going to be getting to Genesis 1:26 and 27, because this is what's important to understand, that atoms are what make up everything. And they are the source from the creator, the one that moves all things in place. Welcome. Atoms equals images. Okay, 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons make up an atom. This atom here makes up atom. Also, the etymology of the word, atum. I've talked about this before in other lessons, but we want to go into what's happening here, because everything on this plane of existence is what? On the 6th day is made in an image of God. An image equals to shade. This is what has happened, okay? We were shaded in our skin suits. Boy, this thing is lagging terribly. I hope it's playing. What's up, brother? Blocked and shut down any channel I reach out to. Hey, they haven't been uploading any of my pre-recorded videos. Every time I pre-record a video, they're not allowing me to upload it. So that's why I'm going live. So thanks for stopping in. I'm just now starting on this one here. So I might be here. This is probably stuff I'm pretty sure you already know about, and you've heard me go over a little bit. So I'm going to have my back to this. Hey, thanks for coming in. I'm really grateful for that. Okay, images are to shade, which is a phantom. Okay, it is an illusion. Okay, it is a representative. Figure. This is what's important for you to understand, especially an idol. This man here, remember, is created in an image, and this is going on in Genesis 1, 25, 26, and 27. Okay? Also, when you add the sum of these three here, it comes to 87, which equals 15, which equals 6. Those three parables, everything that has to do with the 6th day of creation. Also, Washington. The abbreviation for Washington is WA, which equals 23, which equals 1, which equals 24. 24 equals 6. The Washington abbreviations for the Washington state also The Washington Monument stands 555 feet tall, 1 1/8, if I must put it. But you have here, if you multiply this by 12 inches, comes to 6,666, well, 660. It's also 55.5 feet wide from the cement foundation where all the flags go around it, which comes to 6,000 or 666. So here we have 666, 666. Washington Monument has 6, breaks down to a 6. Okay, 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons are what make up the atom. The etymology, atom, as in the first man. This atom here is the first man atom. This atom is not the same atom that was created later in Genesis. Also, the Washington Monument was designated October 15th, 1 plus 5 is 6, 1966. And it took 6 years to build. Okay. And also, what? Corona, which struck our nation, right? Corona has 6 letters in the spelling. When you add the sum of Corona, it comes to 66. That's 666. Now, I know that could be just mentioned as a what they would call a coincidence, but not. Bill Gates name adds up to 87, which is 15, which is 6. And the patent number is WO 2020 060606. Okay. The Earth goes around the sun at 18.5 miles per second, which equals 66,600 miles per hour, all while flying through space at 2,843,666 miles per hour. Okay. Curvature to the Earth is 8 inches per mile squared. You get to this by 10 times 10, which gives you 100, because we got to square the miles. And then you got to multiply this number times 8, because we need to get the inches per mile squared, which is 800. And then we got to divide this by 12, which gives you 66.6 feet of curvature to 10 miles. And it's 6,666.66 feet of curvature to 100 miles. Okay. Remember when President Trump What did he say? He said on Fox News, President Trump told you all news is fake news. Okay? 6, 15, 24 equals 6 equals 6. Again, Fox News is 666, and President Trump gave you all a truth bomb and told you that all news is fake news. So that means come on, when they started showing you these pictures and stuff at first of the war and everything, trying to say that Russia invaded on them, you remember how they're all standing around, they're all just like mocking you, right? So now you can see a system that we live in. You can see that in the first parable here, 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, Jesus Christ, and the Word, Jesus Christ, was with God, and the Word, Jesus Christ, was God, an epithet to Jesus Christ. The Word here comes to 60, 6 plus 0 is 6. That is 666 when it's said 3 times. Also, 3 in the Strong's Concordance, it's important to understand, is Abaddon. Abaddon. And I like what I heard from Sister Anaya Obadiah, a bad dawn. A bad dawn. That was beautiful, by the way, Anaya. I like that. The Strong's Concordance means Abaddon, which equals the angel from the abyss. Okay? Okay, so all of this, 666, 666, all has to deal with Revelation 13:18. When you multiply 13 times 18, it comes to 234. When you add that number 432 backwards, it equals 666. The Revelations 13:18 says, here's a call for wisdom. Let the one with insight, that's me, calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Okay, all of this has everything to do with Genesis 125, 126, 127. In Genesis 125, beasts are created. In Genesis 1:26 and 27 is mankind. Okay? Mankind created both male and female. Okay? So now, when you add the sum of the female, it comes to 42, which equals 6. And then when you add the sum of mankind, it comes to 66. Mankind's created on the 6th day, both male and female. Okay. So now you have the male and female that are created on the 6th day of creation in Genesis 1:25, 26, and 27. All right. Remember, we started this lesson off with Matthew 5:17. Do not assume that I've come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish the law or the prophets. I've come to fulfill the law. Earlier, I showed you 2 different parables. One of them ties into 666. The other one ties into 666. Because the Gentile got their hands on the Bible. A Gentile is a jinn tiled in flesh. Okay? I've said this many times. The Gentile are mighty men, as they call themselves. Okay? They call themselves men of renown. They call themselves, well, Nephilim. They're giants. They're sons of God. They're beasts. And they are a body. Okay? They are the body of the United Nations. Which are alienation. They even made a video game, man. Put it right in front of your face. What's that mean? It means that anyone who sits at the United Nations is an alien nation. They're part of this right here, which are also I just lost it. But I'll go with vampires. They're phantoms. They're ghosts. Gremlins. Okay? These all tie into the alien nations. Oh, the one that I just lost earlier are strangers in the Bible. That's what you are. So when they're talking about any of these things here inside of the Bible, they're specifically talking about the jinn, and jinn are tiled in their flesh. Remember, 1,000 years. Everything's about 1,000 years. So now you have the genie that was let out for 1,000 years. The genie's about to go back into the Bible. Daughters of men are fallen. Yes, they are. They're really badly, they're fallen. Well, sons of God, yes. Sons of God are, well, when I have to disagree there, because it says in 6:1, when the sons of God saw that the daughters of men. So that's a distinction. I think that Gentile are those that call themselves the sons of God, because the sons of God are the ones that took for themselves all that they saw. When the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, see, you have two different distinctions right there in the same parable, man. When the sons of God or the Gentiles saw that the daughters of men, the Hebrew, began to multiply and became the face. Sons of God went into the seed of Cain. Yes, that would be the first creation. I would agree with that. Literal. Sons of God is literal. Well, I don't know, man. That's that, like I said, in 6:3. So you're saying that sons of God are Hebrew? The fallen angels. Fallen angels. I'm gonna have to pray on that, because I've been teaching that for a long time, that the sons of God are the Gentile race. I've never I've now son of man. See, son of man are the seed of Adam, is how I understand it. The son of man is the seed of Adam, not the sons of God. The sons of God are the ones that were empowered. The sons of God are the ones that fell away from the Creator, and they created this pact between them, and they turned this plane of existence into a slave world. I've never heard Manitou before. I have to look that one up too. Have to read about that. Thank you for the dialogue. But I believe that son of man and son of gods and son of man are two different. The Native Americans. Yeah. I have a beautiful, the 10 Indian Commandments. It's pretty cool too. But we can talk about that, bro. You know, we can do some dialogue and stuff. Contact me on my Gmail if you want. It's kenneth.j.kelly1962, or you can even contact me here at White Raptor News Ministries at gmail.com. Yeah, you can contact me. Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about that, because I'm pretty sure that reading through this Bible, that son of man are the bloodline of Adam. Their son of man is Isaac, Jacob, and his father Isaac, Jacob, and Abraham. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the son of man. And then sons of God would be the first. But you know, I'm not too proud. I'll look into it. Thank you for that. I'll look into all of it, man. All praise and glory to the Creator, right? Everything goes to the Creator. All of it. Everything we teach goes to the Creator. So you have all of this here are all the names, maybe, except now I'm going to have to look into this and read and pray to God about it, because I believe sons of God are Gentile. And then I believe son of man is the bloodline of Adam. But I'm going to read up on that, bro. This is big. You know, I like to know stuff like that, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, so now you have this distinction here. This is what's going on. And why is all this so important? Because phantoms are ghosts. The definition for a phantom or image is a phantom. We went over that earlier. And the Creator says you're not to worship any graven images. Okay? So we know in 1 Colossians 1:15 is for the Son. Who's the Son? Jesus Christ is the image. Folks, Jesus is the image of the invisible Father. He is the firstborn. This is crucial. This all ties into Genesis and the 666 system. This is what I'm trying to teach you. Okay? A phantom is a ghost. All right? And Jesus, what? In Mark 15:37, and with a loud cry, Jesus yielded up the ghost. Okay? And this is why they put the letter H in the word ghost, because we are hosts. Our bodies, our flesh, host system for empty souls, evil that God created. They're just carnal, fleshly beings, man. They're like a lion or any kind of animal out there in the wild animal kingdom. Okay, wild animal kingdom. That's also what they say in the NIV in 125. Says God created the wild animals. Okay? God creates the wild animals. This here is 66 in the Strong's Concordance, the wild animals. Okay, why is this important? Okay, because in Greek, Jesus's name is pronounced Iesous. Okay, and Jesus's number is 2424. Okay, it's of Hebrewism. And two other Israelites. You know who these other two Israelites are, bro? Here in this, go check it out. Go check out Strong's 2424 and read what it says, man. And then tell me. I'm always guessing that these two may be Moses and Elijah. So 2424 is Jesus. Okay. Jesus is, it's funny because there was no J, so that's why it's pronounced Iesous. All right. And then when you break 2424 down, Jesus's number down to 2, it's 66. 66 in the Strong's Concordance equals wild animals. Okay, it equals savage and fierce. Jesus's number 2424 breaks down to 66, which is the wild animals, which are savage and fierce. And then it breaks down to a 12, which equals destruction. And then finally it breaks down to a 3, which equals Abaddon. A bad dawn. Abaddon, a bad dawn. So Abaddon equals, again, I'll tell you, angel from the abyss. Okay. This is the man in Colossians created on the 6th day of creation. 1, 26, and 27. Then God said, let us. Okay, everybody wants to tell you that let us is the Trinity. It is not. I'll prove it to you right here, right now. Then God said, let us create mankind. Remember, mankind equals 66 when you add it up. This is the 6th day of creation. Then God said, let us create mankind in our image. And in the image, he created them. Then God said, let us make mankind in our own image and in our likeness, to rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, the cattle of the land, and everything that creeps upon the ground. So God, again, see? So God, it was a long parable. Then God said, let us. God said, let us. Then God. There isn't no Trinity there when it comes to the creation. It goes back right to singular. This is why they have identified God as plural. Okay? This is wordcraft here. God spelt backwards is a dog on this plane of existence. That man that's created on the 6th day of creation is a dog. That man created on the 6th day of creation is created here in an image. Okay? Then God said, let us create mankind in our image. Folks, you can't see that connection there. Image. Jesus is the Son created in the image of God, and then Jesus here is the one that's created in an image. He created them. He created them male and female. This is mankind. This is why kind is at the end of it, man, because they're kind of a man. They're not a full man. They're genies out of their bottle. There's a difference between mankind and humans. Okay? Humans equal Israel. Mankind equals Gentile. I cannot impress upon you people any more clearly than knowing that there's two races created. Humans here were created in Genesis 2:7. Okay, this one here is when the Lord God molds man from the face of the earth. Uh-oh, I'm going to lose my live stream. I didn't realize my battery's getting ready to die, man, and it's probably out. The two were translated were Enoch and Eliah. Okay. Oh, yeah, that make good call. Post-flood witnesses, Native Americans. Thanks for that, bro. This thing's going to shut down on me any second, man. It's like down to 1%. So, folks, all praise and glory to the mighty most high, our creator, who's one God. I got to bail out of here, man. Get this thing uploaded. Oh, it's already uploaded. Peace. Later. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Thanks a lot for all your input, brother. Oh, I love it, man. Kenneth.J.